England's Tommy Fleetwood has now moved into a tie with J.B. Holmes for first place as second-round play underway this morning at the British Open. The co-leaders are currently at 7 under par. That gives them a one-shot advantage over Jordan Spieth. Meanwhile, in third place right now is Brooks Koepka. He's at 5 under par. Meanwhile, Tiger Woods' second round has gotten off to a pretty good start this morning.
Here is Tiger Woods with a birdie chance on the first, up ahead of Jon Rahm. Tiger for birdie on the first. He could use this. He could use this. He could use this. Oh my goodness me! What a start that is from Tiger.
That's the call from the Open Radio Network. Woods now with a couple of birdies on the day. He's currently at 2 under par for the second round. He's at 5 over for the Open. They'll need to do better because right now the cut at the British Open is at 1 over par. The Cleveland Indians complete a sweep of their 4-game series against the Tigers thanks to a 6-3 win last night in Cleveland. Matthew Boyd took the loss. He gives up 5 runs while striking out 8 over 6 innings. The Tigers now return to Comerica Park for a 5-game homestand that begins tonight with the first of 3 against the Toronto Blue Jays. First pitch is at 7:10. You'll be able to hear the game right here on The Ticket. From the Ticket Update Desk, I'm Tony Ortiz. For more, go to 971theticket.com.
I love Greg Harder. He's stunning. He's a bipolar idiot anyways. On 97.1, The Ticket.
All right, good Friday morning, everybody. The heat is on. It's already very muggy out there, and it's going to be that kind of day as we go along today and tomorrow. But you know what? For the middle of July, for late July, that's kind of what we expect, right, Rieger?
Sure.
That is the voice of Jeff Rieger. He's in for Mike Stone. Stoney will be back from his up north excursion on Monday. We are talking about Jim Harbaugh. What a surprise. Actually, to be fair, Jim Harbaugh has done a very good job of keeping himself out of the news. I mean, there have been summers where we spend most of the summer talking about Jim Harbaugh, and we really haven't as of yet. You said that the comments were weak because they came soft.
I don't know if you can say this word on the radio, but it's kind of a B. It's almost, and Paul said it very well, I think, pre-show.
Of course he did.
It's almost like when you get bullied a very long time, and then the bully graduates from high school. Let's say I got bullied as a kid. I'm sure that doesn't shock you. You might have got bullied as well.
Did you get bullied by a turtle?
Let's drop the term, okay? Drop it. Drop it already. But it's almost like finally when that bully leaves or graduates or whatever, it's almost like kick his ass. He's
Somebody
saying
can say that.
He's saying it when he's gone. Why not say it? I don't know. It's not like Urban Meyer didn't have controversy before last year.
Yeah.
Why not say it last year after you lost your first 3 games to the guy? I just think it's weak. I mean, win a big game, beat the man, and then talk to them.
Okay, the win a big game thing is obviously a huge mark against Harbaugh, and as he ran down his record there, he's obviously aware of that. I mean, I understand that's the big knock against him, and it's a fair knock, and I think he can tell you it's a fair knock, so there's no disputing that. I don't know what one has to do with the other. We live in such a boring state of time in sports that anytime anybody says anything, we jump all over it like it's, he didn't say Urban Meyer sucks, he didn't say Urban Meyer's a phony, he didn't say Urban Meyer doesn't wear pants when he coaches. He said, quite frankly, controversy has followed him everywhere.
Yeah, but he's taken away from what Urban Meyer has done. He's essentially saying,
Maybe somebody should. Maybe in this day and age of college football, we should celebrate more a guy like Dabo Swinney or a guy like Nick Saban.
we're not talking about those guys. We're talking about Urban Meyer compared to Jim Harbaugh. And
No one's comparing Harbaugh. You're comparing Urban Meyer with Harbaugh. He wasn't asked, hold on. Did Kawakami say, compare yourself to Urban Meyer? No. He said, what was your opinion when Meyer left? He said, Meyer was a great coach. He's a fantastic, but controversy followed. That is the legacy of Urban Meyer.
yeah, but that is trying to take away
No, it's
something.
not.
Absolutely it is from a guy that kicked your ass. Absolutely it is.
I
Because
totally
he could,
disagree.
listen, the first part of those comments, if he just would have said, Urban Meyer had a fantastic career at Ohio State, they beat us, whatever he said, if he stopped there, that's fine. But to get that little dig in at the end, controversy has followed him everywhere he's gone, that's essentially saying, you know what, though? Yeah, the guy's not perfect, and he's got,
But you know, down deep in his soul, and I believe Jim Harbaugh believes that they got screwed 3 years ago. Okay?
well, let's say that.
And then 2 years ago, when they had to start John Ford at quarterback, and they put together a game plan to successfully beat Ohio State, and they had a lousy
everybody else's besides Ohio State.
Which is not the Michigan way.
Right.
Yeah,
And
no, I
then,
thought that too.
and then he goes and then he puts that right at the end. Say that last year. Say that going into the game. Say that when Urban announces his retirement. I think it's a little weak.
Wait a second.
Maybe
Tom
not as
agrees
bad.
with me.
Not quite
Tom
as bad.
agrees with me.
Not as extreme as you.
Can you say the B word?
I agree with you.
That's amazing.
Wait, what's the B word?
Can you say bitch?
No. I don't think
It's a B move. It is. It really is.
God, I mean, it's so funny. Like, Harbaugh is, and part of this is his own doing, okay? So he's not blameless in all this. But we take every tweet, every phrase, and we pick it apart, and we look for the nuance and everything. I mean, he just said what he
But
said.
he chooses to do it, so of course you're going to look into it. I mean, he could have easily got out of that interview with saying Urban Meyer was a great coach. He did great things at Ohio State. Case closed. But
Wash, rinse, repeat.
But that's fine.
It's like the old Apple Macintosh commercial.
But Jamie,
do as you're told. Say nothing out of,
Yeah, but
come
Jamie,
on.
listen, you want to give him credit for going after Urban a little bit? Fine.
No, I'm not
But if
giving-
you're going to go after Urban a little bit, we definitely will react to that.
What you just said is interesting. Why do we have to give him credit, or why do we have to give him blame? Why can't it just be, this is what he said?
No, but it sounded to me like you were saying with the whole rinse, repeat thing that, God forbid, the guy says something interesting. That's what it sounded to me
It
like you were
sounds like
saying.
what you want from your personalities, and I find this funny because, and I give you credit for this, you are one of the great question askers / instigators out there. Okay?
Instigator really hurts.
/ troll.
Yeah.
Your words, not mine.
I actually like the troll world better, yes. I like the movie, too. How dare you? No, listen.
Let me finish the troll thought. I mean, the instigator thought. What you're asking for is for Jim Harbaugh to say, I was, so obviously he's a great coach, great rivalry. That's what you want.
No,
Great,
I'm not.
fantastic.
No,
Because that's what Stoney and I get every Tuesday.
no, I'm saying, say whatever the hell you want.
It is.
But whatever you say, we will react to. So listen, it is a double-edged sword because we always want athletes or coaches to say interesting things, but the moment they do, we do pounce on it. But with that being said, it was his decision to say what he said, and since he did, I'm going to react to it. And it's a bitch move.
Okay, well,
it really is such a weak move. A guy kicked your ass for 4 years,
Yesterday-
and now you're saying it after he's gone.
Yesterday in Chicago, Mark D'Antonio said we're going to the Rose Bowl this year. And then he said, well, we were going somewhere like it. No one's decided. What does he mean someplace like it?
California?
The Blue Bonnet Bowl?
Maybe he just
Is there
means a
another
bowl
bowl
game.
with flowers in it?
Maybe he just means a bowl game.
I mean, it's like we're not dissecting those, how come we don't dissect him the same way we dissect Harbaugh?
Because that wasn't like this. This was a shot at Urban Meyer in the biggest rivalry in college football. Like, I don't get it. Like, all of a sudden we're not supposed to dissect it. So what would you want to do, Jamie? What do you want to do?
I love it. I mean, you just said, don't you love it? Your opening phrase after Harbaugh said what he said is, don't you love it? Did you say that?
I do, because we have something to talk about.
We always have something to talk about. We can talk about Heather's thermostat. Yeah,
We could.
we could.
I agree with Heather on that one.
By the way, I didn't give you clue number 3 for Random Philly. He's in the Hall of Fame.
Barbaro.
Barbara was not a Philly. Was Barbara a Philly? You're talking about a female horse?
A horse, yeah. Oh, it's not a horse.
No. Okay. It's a Philly. What are you talking about?
Philly's a horse.
Kevin in Detroit. You're on 97.1 The Ticket. Hello, Kevin.
Yeah, is it Baked McBride?
It is not Baked McBride, but unfortunately, Kevin, you're not eligible to guess. But I'll tell you, it's not Baked McBride.
All right. Well, hey, the Jim Harbaugh comments. One, this guy came in with the idea that he was going to create as much controversy as he could, going and upsetting the SEC and all that, which was great. It brought a lot of attention to the program and everything else. But the softest part of that take is him going after that. And basically, he's alluding to the fact that Michigan's going to win the right way. And I know we haven't won in a long time, but we're a class program. And that is the softest Michigan take you could possibly have. The falling back on the we're just so above everything, and Ohio State is kicking your rear end.
But to be fair, Kevin, I mean, again, you're kind of cherry picking here because he said we have 2 goals as a program. The first is to win multiple championships. So it's not like he said our only concern is running a clean program. His first.
But on the heels of that comment, read between the lines, he is throwing shade all over Ohio State. hey,
Kevin,
go beat them.
Kevin, you're not allowed to do that according to Jamie.
No, you can.
Oh, you can't say that. Now we have flawed controversy now because we like our guys like that. Come on, that's not the take here. That's pretty.
Wait. You just agree. You just agree with me and not with. I have no problem him throwing shade at Ohio State. He can throw shade wherever he wants because what is it? It's shade, and he'd be the first to tell you, and I would agree with this. They got to actually win the game on the field.
Sure.
Throwing shade only does so much, but in any rivalry, shade gets thrown. You had the kid yesterday from Alabama saying that he thinks Georgia's better than Clemson. After Clemson beat Alabama by, 26 points in the national championship game. So shade gets thrown all the time. So, I mean, there's no rivalry in sports where more shade is thrown than Michigan and Michigan State. It's almost irrelevant what happens on the field. It's all about, if Michigan's in a losing way against Michigan State, which they have been for a while now, it's, this and that and Rich Rod and Hoke and whatever. And when it's the other way around, it's like, we're a basketball school. We have Izzo. I mean, people always throw shade.
It's almost like, Jamie, you might know this about me, but back in the day, I feel I've changed. I feel I've become a better human being. But back in the day, I used to be able to talk crap, right? I talk a lot of crap, but I was never able to back it up, okay? Never. I'm going to kick your ass, but I never could. I'm going to beat you at golf, but I never could, right?
How's that changed?
I just don't do it anymore because I've learned. Well,
how was that McCarty match a couple weeks ago?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I changed yesterday, okay? Yesterday I changed. But my behavior, I did realize, is when you talk a lot of smack, but you can never, ever back it up, that is the worst kind of smack talk. And Harbaugh is kind of doing that, in my eyes, once Urban Meyer decided to leave. Personally. And that's what that one little comment, controversy has followed him everywhere. That's what that comment means to me. You know what? They kicked our ass, but they did it the dirty way. Or it's not like Urban Meyer's a good guy. Just
you know what the comment means to me? It means that thugs, rapists, and murderers have been with Urban Meyer since he started coaching at Florida.
Cool.
Fact or not?
Everybody knew that already, though.
Okay. Well,
everybody knew that. And that's
then maybe we shouldn't glorify the man like you and Gov aren't. Hey, I got a message over the weekend from Ryan. Oh, yeah, clue number 4 for Random Philly, sorry. Clue number 4. He was once assaulted by Tommy Lasorda in a nationally televised game. Random Philly.
Jamie Samuels.
248-539-9797. Ryan LaFontaine, my buddy from LaFontaine, wants you to know that they have a ton going on right now at FamilyDeal.com. In fact, they're overstocked with pre-owned inventory because they had so many spring lease returns and trade-ins. Thousands and thousands of cars and trucks and SUVs at FamilyDeal.com. In addition to a major price drop across the entire used car inventory, LaFontaine is offering to give you $1,000 above the Kelley Blue Book value for your trade-in. In other words, the family deals are popping up at LaFontaine. If you go on FamilyDeal.com, you can see what's out there, and you can find right now a 2017 Cadillac CT6 Turbo Platinum that has been marked down to half off the original MSRP. All pre-owned vehicles at FamilyDeal.com have been reconditioned and have passed through a rigorous multi-point safety inspection by a factory-trained, certified technician. So if you are in the market for a safe, reliable, used, or OEM certified vehicle, now's the time. Shop FamilyDeal.com today.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
This report brought to you by Flame Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical. There's a brand new problem within the work zone. I-75 northbound at 14 Mile Road, an accident blocking the left lane with the backup from 696. Also a new problem on 94 westbound after 26 Mile Road. A crash there is blocking both shoulders. The Flame Golden 6-pack is back for the summer. You'll get an expertly installed AC unit, furnace, water heater, humidifier, and a Nest thermostat, plus a 1-year Gold Plan membership, all for as low as $79 a month for a limited time only. Call Flame first or visit FlameFurnace.com. I'm Michelle Pena in the WWJ 24-hour traffic center.
Now available for download. Always Aggravated. A Mike Valenti signature podcast. Get it on radio.com and Apple iTunes.
24 Seconds Bar and Grill in Berkeley is the place to be for everything sports. Saturday night, it's Pacquiao versus Thurman, the featherweight title bout. Then make your plans for UFC 240, Edgar versus Holloway. 24 Seconds in Berkeley, where the food is great, service is great, and the parking is free. 24secondsbar.com.
Damn.
phone now?
1 sec.
We need to talk to Vibe about that mortgage on the house we just saw.
That's why I'm on my phone. Look, we're already approved. When you find the perfect home, it's good to know Vibe Credit Union is the perfect mortgage. Our rates and closing costs are so low, they're worth your attention. Apply today at vibecreditunion.com because everyone's driven by something different. So are we. Vibe Credit Union. Member NCUA, an equal housing opportunity.
Right now at T-Mobile, get an awesome iPhone XR on us when you bring your family over and trade in your old device. Because whether you have mom, dad, or a friend on your mind, it's a gift so bold and brilliant, you'll want to keep it for yourself. Most importantly, it's on us in 6 vibrant colors. Plus, with unlimited everything from T-Mobile, the awesome iPhone XR will have everyone snapping, streaming, and sharing to their heart's content all year long. But don't wait, it's only for a limited time. So visit the store or call 1-800-T-Mobile to get iPhone XR on us.
Congested. Customers using more than 50 gigs per month may notice reduced speeds due to prioritization. View authority to ED 24 monthly bill credits for qualified customers plus tax. Qualifying trading, boarding, service, and finance agreement required. Contact us before canceling our credit stop. The 180 balance due 64 gigs. 0 down was $31.25 per month for 24 months. Per credit price $749.99. 0% APR. One offer per account.
Attention DirecTV and AT&T Uverse TV customers. You could soon lose all your CBS shows. That means no Big Brother, no CBS Sports live coverage of the upcoming NFL season. Touchdown! You could lose The Young and the Restless and The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. That would be devastating. You could even lose 60 Minutes. Time is running out. Visit keepcbs.com or call 8555-KEEP-CBS to demand DirecTV and AT&T Uverse TV keep CBS.
Experience the thrill of driving a world-class Cadillac during the Made to Move sales event now at Sarah Cadillac. M53 and 30 miles, right on the corner. We invite you to stop by Sarah in July and immerse yourself in Cadillac style, comfort, and design. And take advantage of amazing Made to Move lease offers like these. For $299 a month, you can move into a luxury collection 2019 XT5 or the extraordinary 2019 luxury collection all-wheel drive CTS. Your choice, just $299 a month. Plus, good news, Cadillac lease pull ahead continues. Get out of your current Cadillac lease and Sarah will waive up to 4 remaining payments, up to $2,000. Get up to $3,000 if you're coming out of a 2016 or 17 Escalade and leasing a 2019 Escalade. Shop our inventory at DriveSarahCadillac.com. Better yet, come see us now during our Made to Move sales event at Sarah Cadillac. M53 and 30 mile, right on the corner for a world-class Cadillac experience like no other. Remember, you can drive a car or you can drive a Cadillac.
Before you expanded into the building next door, before you shipped that 1,000th order, before you shipped that first order, before you took that leap of faith, you printed that new business pitch. Staples has everything your business needs to get you from here to there. From ink and printers to paper at great prices every day. And right now, when you buy 1 HP ink cartridge, get the second one 30% off. Staples, here we get you there.
N7 2019. Restrictions may apply. See store associate or staples.com/ink savings for details.
Tomorrow, noon till 2, 97.1 The Ticket Street Team will be at the Hot Tub and Swim Spa sale at the Suburban Collection Showplace in Novi. Millions in inventory must be sold. You could save thousands at the Hot Tub and Swim Spa sale. Details at 971theticket.com. Got something to say? Text 971-THE-TICKET now at 97136. The Ticket Text brought to you by LaFontaine Buick GMC of Ann Arbor. Home of the Family Deal. Find over 5,000 new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs daily at FamilyDeal.com.
The only way you can take 97.1 The Ticket with you is the Radio.com app. Download it today and listen to us anytime, anywhere.
That's Trick Santana, the 0-2. Swing a fly ball, left field, deep, trouble, gone, a home run. Jordan Ludlow with a 2-run home run on an 0-2 pitch, and it's 2-0 Cleveland for that regime.
Early blow against Matthew Boyd will also give up a 2-run homer to Jose Ramirez in the 7th inning. Tigers lose 6-3. They will return home tonight to take on the Toronto Blue Jays. It is a Pick Out the Park night, one of the really neat traditions that goes on every single year at Comerica Park. Tonight is the night. Hopefully a good crowd is on hand today. It's going to be hot, very hot, obviously, all day long. But the Tigers are making plans to deal with the heat. They'll have water stations officers around the ballpark. So if you are planning to head down, dress coolly and be hydrated. But they're encouraging fans, obviously, to come down, wear caps, stay cool, and they will do their best to help keep you cool as well. We have a winner for Random Philly, Bert from Monroe. Bert from Monroe successfully, again, the clues were Random Philly appeared on the NBC sitcom 30 Rock. He was sued by a fan that claimed he injured her knee. He's in the Hall of Fame, and he was once assaulted by Tommy Lasorda in a nationally televised game. We're talking, of course, about Mike Schmidt, right?
I don't think so.
No, actually, the Philly Fanatic is who we're talking about. The Philly Fanatic. We didn't include the he's green. What's that to like? Exactly. The Philly Fanatic and the San Diego Chicken are the two greatest mascots.
What do you think about the Flyer guy? What's his
name?
Raimi, yeah. Is he Gritty? What do you think about him?
I think he comes under the categories that he's so bad he's good. So yeah, I like him too. So anyway, for knowing that, Bert from Monroe has won a 4-pack of tickets to the Detroit Tigers and the Phillies on Tuesday, July 23rd. That's next Tuesday. It's Christmas in July at Comerica Park. Special Christmas in July ticket packages are available. They include a game ticket and Detroit Tigers ugly Christmas socks. For more information, check out DetroitTigers.com. All right. Should we go to the phones or go to the ticket text?
Well, there are ticket texts. I mean, a lot of people say I'm agreeing with Mike because apparently I cannot think for myself, so I can read some of those. There's other people saying Mike texted me everything I just said, so I can read some of those. But here's some. Bitch move, period. Okay.
Are you talking about you or her?
Sorry. Urban Meyer decided to leave. Do you remember what happened last season, Jeff? Scumbag, period. Last caller, bah, class acts don't stomp all over opposing teams' logos. The Devin Bush that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Jamie's right on. We don't like cliches. We pick apart honestly, and contact is always ignored. Here's the deal, though, real quick, okay? I understand what you're saying, and I think people understand what Tom and I are saying, but when I say bitch move, the bitch...
Whoa, he loved to loop me. I'm lukewarm with you on this. I don't think it's nearly as vicious as you do. I just don't like it.
You finally agree with me, so you and I are on the same side, but my
Did
whole point
you
is...
just change Tom's name to Tom Minionkin?
I finally have a minion. His name is Tom.
All right, go ahead.
But my whole issue, why I call it a bitch move, if you're allowed to use that word, hopefully you are, why I say that, though, is because you waited until he left. You could have said that comment before the game last year. You could have said the comment after the game last year. You could have said the comment when he Urban decided to step down. When all this stuff was going on with Zach Smith, you could have said the comment. But instead, you wait to go on the Kawakami podcast, and you make the comment then, 7 months after the fact. It's just weak in that regard. Like, say what you want, and it's not false. There's been controversy, but to say it after the fact, when he leaves town, after he kicked your ass by a combined score, I wrote